Okay. Sorry guys, it's been a while, but this time I came prepared early. Um but hello, welcome to stream. Welcome to Kalen's pad, my pad. And I've already drawn Lysander's legs, his pants. Um Now I know I haven't been streaming as of recent. Um Most of that is due to my new job. It's pretty intense. I've been pretty exhausted. I've had some pretty rough days, and today's particularly was pretty crazy, but oddly not that bad. Weirdly, I don't feel as tired as other days, which is a shocker given the circumstances of today specifically. But more on that in a little bit. To start, um, I will be drawing Koya, the leader of Ishram Squad. This is her base sprite over here. And then I just have her logo, just logo for the well purposes of putting that wherever it goes on her uniform. I have to figure out her whatchamacallit, her freaking pose, because this one's a really tricky one. She's supposed to be holding cards, kind of like you hold kunais in between her fingers, and then she has a bunch of other cards and shit and coins and whatnot going about her as well, and she's kind of like going like she's like lunging at you backwards and like kind of doing like a kind of twisting motion, like twist from behind back towards her target and to the then like chuck the freaking cards. So her body's contorted in a very awkward position. And that's where this stream is going to have a little bit more of a challenge than usual. Um, but yeah, if I didn't already mention it, Lysander's pants. I've drawn them finally. They weren't really too hard. Um, anyways, I guess I should get started trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do with her character's pose. I'll draw her face. Usually, the face is where I start because that's where I'm like what I'm best with. I do the easy parts first, and then to get as much as I can done, and then I do like the more difficult parts. So, oh, still on move. I'm on 3. Okay. So we got her little baby face. It's gonna be a bit scribbly. I'll just fix the lines later. Her ear would be there. Ah, I'll do that eye later. And her mouth. But yeah, I guess I should get into story time about what the hell happened today. So today at work, it was going good at first. It was busy as it usually is. And then let's see, there was your usual just general nice people, a few really rude people, of course. There's always got to be some and whatnot. And then freaking what's it? Ah, jeez. Ah, frick, my brain's farting right now because I'm trying to focus on this. I know that I was kind of waiting on lunch break for a bit, and I at some point I was gonna like check to see, hey, like, what's going on with that? Why haven't I been called for a lunch break? And all of a sudden, like, for one moment, I see my mom and my dad just wave at me. They were like, they just had gotten from the diesel desk and they went all the way through just to see me. So I waved hi. I guess, I don't know if they noticed me or not, but they left. And then not long after that, like a few minutes after that, the lights started flickering. And I'm like, what the hell? This is only my 9th day on the job, and shit's already hitting the fan. I mean, well, okay, shit was hitting the fan even from day one, let's be real here. But lights start flickering, and there's a power shortage. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? So like, part of me is like confused as to what to do. Part of me is oddly exhilarated because I don't know why. Whenever crazy shit happens at work, like with like the with like that kind of shit, I don't know why I kind of get like excited to see like, oh, okay, what's gonna happen now? How are we gonna do things, etc., etc. Like when there's a massive thunderstorm, I don't know why. Um, I tend to get a little bit excited to see what happens when the freaking lights go out. But it wasn't storming is the weird thing. There is supposedly a storm to the north, like far to the north, that might be affecting things because the winds are fucking crazy all day, and it was really cloudy. And heck, yesterday was also cloudy as well. Um, but freaking what is it? But then the lights came back on. It took a while for the internet to reboot, for the systems to get back up. People were annoyed and impatient as always, but I felt the same way a little bit with the systems because I kind of wanted to, like, I don't know, do my job and not get stared at and pressured. Um, Yay, social anxiety, or something like that. I don't know. I haven't actually gone to like any sort of doctor in like years, so I wouldn't know exactly what I have. No, that looks ugly doing it that way. Let me just not. Like, why do the mouths look cut off? Why do you never draw the lips at a weird angle when their mouths are like that? Because it just looks weird. It makes them look like duck faces. Anyways, moving on with my story. So yeah, that was the first power outage of the day. There was a bunch of people backed up, so we got to tend to them. And then it's like, oh well, guess what? All the gas and diesel pumps stopped working. And like, oh fuck, everyone's going. I want a receipt. I want a receipt. I want a receipt. I want a receipt. I'm like, the cash transactions were frozen because of this, because of the freaking systems and shit. But I was taking cards as well, so the card ones, what happens is like, if, for example, you, because I work at a gas station, so if you end up getting gas there and you don't take the full amount and you paid with your card, the remainder automatically goes on back onto your card. So we were trying to tell people that, and some people understood, but there was like one other guy in particular who was like really like annoyed with us. It's like, no, I want a refund now. And I'm like, we are not giving you the cash back. We can't do that. He's like, well, is there a refund button to get back on the card? Like, there's not because it automatically refunds. And he had a receipt and everything and whatnot. And so he's like, well, can I get a new receipt showing a refund? And it technically, like, after a certain amount of time, it locks out so that no more can be taken if you just leave it there without taking, and it just automatically goes back. And I'm like, well, it's after it locks out, it's no longer in our system, which means it's already refunded. We can't actually get a receipt for it. The guy kept insisting, and one of my managers helped deal with that. Um, Thank you, Becca, if you ever watch this, which I highly doubt. Anyways, but then there was like 1 to 2 more outages, and I was like, I really need to go to the bathroom, and I really need a break. And by the time the third one hit and everything was starting to stabilize a little bit, it was already like 1 hour left of my shift. And I'm like, holy shit, I went 7 hours without eating. Holy fuck. And I only had, oh, you missed the beginning of the story. So let me recap. So basically, today's fucking work day was a mess, a mess, and a mess. I woke up this morning, didn't have as much sleep as I should have had. I only had a single Pop Tart, not even both in the packet, because I cannot eat when it's really early. I can't eat early in the morning. My stomach gets messed up and wants to vomit everything. Um, so I go to work, and I'm only on 1 cup of water, and I see my parents, yada yada yada. They say hi, I say hi, they leave. And a few minutes after, winds pick up, and there's a power outage. Uh, Long story short, power outage sorts basically everything. Takes a while to get back up. We get everything back up, and I have a long line of people to attend to. I tend to them still with the thought of when am I going to go on my lunch break in my head. Then like 2 more happen, 2 more power outages, and 2 more lines, and it's annoying. And then by the time that all settles down, those 3 power outages and shit, and the lines, I'm like, well, fuck. I just worked 7 hours without a lunch break, and I only have 1 hour left. Holy fuck. I talk to the nearby person, the girl that was helping me, and I'm like, hey, what do you do if it's like almost the end of your shift and you still haven't been called for a lunch break? Because, mind you, this happened yesterday where they were taking a long time to get me to a lunch break, and I asked what was going on. They're like, oh yeah, well you have to wait till everyone that came in before you on the shift has a lunch break because there were a bunch of people that came in at 5 a.m. and I come in at 8. So it's like, well, I have to wait. And then they eventually called me. So I thought that was going to work the same way. They completely forgot about me, it seems. And now I have to tell them, it seems. I just hope they don't get mad at me for reminding them because I'm going to remind them then every single time. If it gets like around like noon and I still haven't gotten it, I'm going to remind them. And it's not to be a jackass. It's because I honestly need my food or I will probably pass the fuck out. Surprisingly, I was jittery and had a lot of energy today. I don't know why. Well, I mean, they forget a lot of things when it comes to me for some reason. It's like every single place I've ever worked. Uh, like the fucking pay today. I have to check my bank account later because there was issues with my pay where they were like, "Oh, on Mondays you just get paid." Then I'm like, "Well, it's Monday. I didn't get paid." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's because you only worked 1 day before the freaking like end of the freaking pay period. So we're gonna put that day with the next week's worth of pay. So that'll be Wednesday, and then you got paid Friday." Check my thing today. I still haven't gotten paid, and it's like what? It was like 4 past noon. I'm like, what the hell? So I have to figure that out. Maybe it might just be Mondays still. But I've been working 9 days, 8 hours each day, and I still haven't gotten paid, and I'm worried a bit. Anyways, the thing is, I get through all that, and then I tell them, and then she's like, "Oh," and then she calls for like one of the other managers, like, "Hey, the kid didn't have his break yet." And he's like, "Oh shit." She comes over and she tries to relieve me of my duties, and she's like, "Yeah, no, just go home early." It's like literally half an. By the time I'm done with the whole stupid like putting my cash register in the thing and the other people doing it, and then the issues with the freaking machine that it tends to have as of recently, it's already exactly like roughly well, okay, not exactly, but roughly 30 minutes before I have to leave. So I guess it was perfect that I clocked out 30 minutes before because that's my lunch break, I guess. But I'm just sitting there, and yeah, it's really freaking windy. I'm waiting for my parents, and another thing I didn't mention was there was this guy which again, if you're watching this, and I highly doubt it, but just in case, sir, guy with I think he had like a beard and a baseball cap and an orange shirt. I remember the orange shirt. Um, please don't leave your money behind, please. I beg of thee. There was this guy I was doing a transaction for. He was buying a few adulty things, and then he, I was gonna give him his change. It was like $4.77. I'm like, hear you, and then I see him walking on. I'm like, hey, don't leave. I like shouted and everything, and the guy left. I'm like, bro, you're wasting money that you worked hard for. So I'm freaking out. I tell my coworker, and she's like, okay, I'll watch your position. Chase after him with the money. Make sure you give it to him. I try. I go outside, and the winds are so strong it kicks up a dust cloud that hits me in the face and gets in my eyes. And I'm like impaired for a bit. And then when I like get the sand on my eyes, he's gone. I'm like, fuck. So I go back in, and I shit you not, my coworker says, "Oh, well, in that case, just put it in your pocket." I'm like, what?" She's like, "Yeah, take it as like the tip. They like to leave tips sometimes." I'm like, no, 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 that's probably not legal. I am not doing that." Um, so she insists then that I put in my cash register. I'm like, no, I refuse to take tips like that. That's against my moral code. Um, so then I just have, she says to set it aside there. I set it aside, and I wait, and my manager happens to come up. I tell him, I'm like, hey, so and so left this amount. This is what happened. I tried to follow him. I got, I guess, temporarily disabled. I couldn't freaking see anything for a bit, and he vanished. And he's like, okay, put it in your cash register, and in case the guy comes back for the money, we have to be able to pay him back. So I'm like, well, if you're the manager and you're telling me to do that, I guess I'll do that. But it's not my fault If anything, because I did what I could, I did what I knew. I did not take that money because that is not my money. But yeah, that was also a weird mess thing that happened. The only other thing that's of note was this one again another person, another rude guy commenting on my nails, saying, you know, they have nail clippers, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. I didn't give a shit. I just gave him his lottery stuff. I just smiled and ignored his rude comments, and I served him as one should. Hold on a second. My parents are being loud again. Ugh. But yeah, and now I'm like, well, I hadn't eaten in a while. I was just getting my lunchbox out of food, and I was eating in the car, and I'm like, how the hell did I not pass out today? How? How was I so energetic and jittery? And I was fairly good at doing the register. The only times I slipped up was like a few times where sometimes people aren't clear with their instructions as what they want. And like of course then the usual freaking cigarettes and stuff because let's be real here, there's no way in heaven or hell I'm memorizing all the different freaking brands and types of cigars and shit, as well as like what kind of car people have. Because one, I don't give a shit for cars, and two, I don't give a shit for smoking and shit. And I can't pay attention to that stuff all the time. Like I can give you what you want as long as you direct me to it, but other than that, I just don't have the attention span for like memorizing every single little cigarette carton. Like half of them look the same. Like there's a red one with black, there's a red one with a gold band, and then there's short and tall versions of that, and then there's a whole like thing of them. And I'm like, oh my god. Oh yeah, like there was somebody like Volkswagen. I'm like, what the hell is a Volkswagen? I'm that uncultured when it comes to cars. And on top of that, it doesn't help that my glasses are absolute shit because I'm using an older pair because my new pair are literally about to break, and they literally are so thin and cheap that the metal frames, like the parts that go rest on my ears, they practically stab and leave marks in my ears, and they give me like really bad pain. Which paired with my earpiece would make it even worse because my earpiece already makes it worse while wearing glasses, and that's why when I get enough money, I really badly want to look into a my health and B, getting contacts again because I fucking hate glasses. They're hard to clean, they are annoying to wear, and they just look bad on me. I don't get, no one gets to see my, as my mom would quote, beautiful eyes and eyelashes and shit. Because apparently I have very naturally thick eyelashes. I'm gonna sound mean, but you are worse off than me with cars. That or Volkswagen is just more known here. No, I feel like Volkswagen is a pretty well-known car over here. I just don't fucking know because I can't see the logo in the first place because glasses suck, and the car was far away anyways, so that probably added to the issue of seeing properly. But yeah, to sum up the reasons as to why I wasn't streaming the other few days, basically shit, 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 meltdown, and shit. That's the week's. That was this past week and a half's forecast, or I guess 2 weeks. This is pretty much the end of the second week already. But yeah, I'm doing good now though, and hopefully we'll do continuously better. I still don't know what the fuck my schedule is. I should probably check. I don't know how to update my availability. I have to ask them, but I didn't get to ask them because busy, 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 busy. Yes, my health is a priority. That I do understand. I just wish that it wasn't so busy because the managers are so stretched thin, and I wish they would hire more people because, to be frank, they don't hire enough people, and I heard the retention rate of new hires is absolute shit, and it really should not be. And I don't know why that is exactly. It's either the new hires are garbage or something else is happening. And I hope it's not the something else because that's concerning if it is. I'm still technically in that 30 to 50 day period of like the whole thing, like when you start off and they could fire you at will whenever they want within that period without cause or warning, yada yada yada, blah 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 bullshit. And I'm while one of the manager that hired me specifically told me that I was doing extremely well for a first timer. I'm still low key a little bit worried, and I realize this bow is incorrect. I still worry a bit because I still got chewed out by others and whatnot about like screwing up a few times. Um, and like I'm trying really hard to fix that. I'm trying extremely hard to like pay attention, to do things right. And it's kind of annoying because when I try to do things right, the customers kind of get pissed off at me. I'm like, I'm just doing my job. Like, oh, I want you to hurry up. I'm like, well, I cannot exchange you this money without approval of a manager. And if the manager's too busy, either you can, I guess, either wait or for them to come, or I guess you're not getting exchanged because I'm technically I'm not allowed to do it because I'm not a manager. I have to get a manager's approval every time. Some people, this is the other thing that bothers me. Some of the people that are there that have been there kind of act casual about things, like that one coworker that told me to literally pocket the fucking money. But I can't trust that because for all I know, that could be something to screw me over. And I am not losing my job. I don't care what anybody thinks about me at the job. I am not losing my job because I need this job to survive. If I don't have this job, and this is my first proper full time job ever, mind you, if I don't have this job, I'm fucked because it is really hard. It was like 6 months just to find a fucking job, and for this one, I had to push so many times. I had to keep nagging and calling, and I had that interview, and I still kept nagging and calling and nagging and calling, and eventually I was considered. And I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize my job. Not here, not now, or not now, not later, not ever because I need this. I need this to survive. Things are expensive nowadays. Life sucks. And if I'm going to move out, I need a full time job. And I think this is a good company because, like, honestly, just in general, like, quite a few of the people that I've worked with are good. And on top of that, just freaking, if I, like, it'd be great if I could work here a few years, rack up the dough, rack up the XP. What the hell was that noise? Something was shuffling in my room. I don't like that. I don't like when things move on their own. And hopefully in a couple of years, I could see where I want to move to. Hopefully get a transfer over there. And yeah, because I mean, I don't plan on living in this, no offense, shithole of a town for long. I didn't even want to live here in the first place. None of this was my choice. This was literally, I was literally freaking strong armed into living here by my parents because I didn't know how to drive, and they straight up told me you wouldn't survive a day on the road without us. And the thing is, I sadly felt like that was true only because literally within the past few months, like before leading up to the house being sold, and while we were, I shit you not, homeless for like 2 to 3 months, freaking during that time period, I had almost gotten abducted twice. So yeah, that's an issue. Doesn't help that I'm a short king, and while I might be a short king, I still can't always defend myself because I'm so small. All I can do is literally run and try to scream. Anyway, I should probably talk more about Koya's squad though, because I mean I'm drawing her after all. So I love also how the fucking music that's playing. If you heard it, Aoxys would be PTSD for Koya. It's literally the fucking music I use for art for like stuff involving Arbiter's game. God. uh, by the way, Axis, can you see like the chat on the screen on like the stream? And do you hear any music besides my voice? Like any audio at all besides my voice? I should have done this check earlier in the freaking stream. Because I don't want to get hit again. I'm tired of getting, oops, hit. Some background noise, but other than that, not really. Hey, so no music. Good, 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 good. And it ain't even that loud. Yeah, that's probably my parents being my parents. Uh, anyways, let's talk about Koya. Koya Ishram. How old is she now? 15, I think? I don't know how the fuck she's like. She started off 14 and ran her own gang, her own squad. She's 15 now, but she's technically still a minor, and she's the leader of like one of the pretty like both feared and respected squads. And feared not in terms of like we're scared of them. Feared in terms of like feared in terms of like well, okay, kind of feared. More like I guess it's more so because there's a bunch of veteran squads that have been around for a while, and most of them are just pissed off that like all the newbies are basically stealing their ranking positions when they've only been on the job for like what, a year, less than a year, maybe a little bit over. But anyways, um, freaking Koya squad was actually the first squad to get 5 members, even faster than the veteran squads who hadn't gotten until a little bit later. And some of them still don't have. Some of them are still even at 3. I'm looking at you, Markham squad. Anyways, work smarter, not harder. And Hughes. Oh right, freaking Lysander. Sorry, sorry, Fire Pirate. Also, I drew his legs earlier, Aoxys. There wasn't really that hard. B10. He uses is B10 by the way. Last time I saw it, yeah. At least in his technical rankings, I don't know if currently, but in his technical rankings, his squad went down from like what they were like B1. They went down 9 levels to B10. Like damn, damn, they got cucked. Anywho, back to Koya. So in terms of backstory, at least from what I originally had canonically and shit, she survived this thing that we called the Arbiter's Game. It was a weird game based off of another type of killing game. It was basically a game of like tasks and forbidden actions and weird exploration and shit. And it was her and like 11 to 12 to 13 other people. And she was actually a mole in the game. She was kind of like against her will working for the ones that were running it, which were Void. Fuck you, Void. We all hate you. And freaking what's it? Fucking what's it called? My brain is farting. I remember though that they eventually found out that she was a traitor. Of course, they didn't know that it was against her will, and so a lot of people were against her at that point. She survived though and was rescued before the game could end. Everyone was like the people remaining were rescued. Only like 4 people died in that, but some of them kind of went a bit crazy and kind of had to kill some people for certain reasons. She made it out alive though. And her backstory before that, like she had basically, so because they were all in a Void game, they have the whole shtick of we were genetically engineered for entertainment. And so all our memories are fake, and we're not the original version of ourselves. We're just clones of somebody who's been in cryosleep for God knows how long. So she, as of recent, well, actually, no. She, after all of that, she formed her squad with Holly, Doug, Ava, and Budo, which are her 4 members. Holly's basically the sweet, happy, romantic, lovey-dovey medic girl. Doug is the energetic and crack-headed toy maker. You got Ava, who's the just indifferent sniper girl, and then Budo, who's basically basketball idiot. But that's basically her group, and then Koya's just very serious and stuff for the most part, but she's starting to get out of her shell a bit more. Yes, Koya, Nevi, Addy, Percy, Cien, Enza, Aiton, and Gyuter survived while Elise, Oka, Benjamin, and Sanja died. Rip them forever. We will miss thee. Um, but uh, basically, her squad went on like one of the hardest missions with like one of the highest up squads like watching them as well as a pretty low squad as well. They basically went on a mission to extract. So they pretended to be bodyguards for these politicians that were going to have a conference, and their goal was to actually like basically spy and gather intel on some sort of like nefarious plot that was occurring that they got a tip to off to. Turns out it was a trap. Their radios were like their radio communications with the main with Spear headquarters were severed for a good while. And they basically were trapped inside a mansion with a bunch of like secrets, mysteries, trapdoors, and whatnot, and a strange underground beneath. And basically, the whole group of like all the bodyguards and the 9 politicians and shit, as well as them, were trapped in basically a killing game slash a terrorist attack on the Polaris Powers meeting. Polaris is, yep, also known as torture and PTSD. Yep, because Budo actually got crushed by a giant falling piece of rubble. Although he didn't actually die because they had fake, like false bodies, like synthetic bodies. There was a group, the leading group, that was like the strongest one. They were like rank A2. They still are. They did not do that because they didn't think they needed it. And in the end, it costed them because one of their members actually died. She was crushed by the rubble at the very end when everyone escaped the hellscape that was that whole debacle. And while Koya didn't really know her, she still felt bad. So yeah, that whole thing threw them for a loop, and also basically showed them that, hey, death is real again, and saying, hey, you might be in Spear, but if you're not careful, shit can happen. Heck, shit can happen even if you're like the most powerful. But yeah, a bunch of others also died, and they ended up. The group ended up actually finding an assassin and killing them. Turns out it was actually the mastermind behind the whole thing, who was one of the politicians who had faked her death earlier. And it actually really hurt the leader of the powerful squad that was with them in that group, because not only did they lose a member to that mastermind because of that mastermind, but that mastermind was actually the politician that they were bodyguarding and that they trusted. So yeah, their leader has been in for a loop as well. She felt bad because even though she didn't know her, nobody deserves to die. Plus, she felt responsible even though she can't really do much about it. Yeah. But yeah, that was a whole mess. Then slowly but surely there was like a little festival section, and then there's the rank wars. And between those two little parts, which we're still finished wrapping up the first half of rank wars, but during those periods of time, she's been like talking to people and trying to meet more people and even new people and trying to like just try to overcome things and like get on with life. However, she has been having some memories, some memory flashes from basically uh, whatever false memories she has basically installed in her. Things like the fact that she was in an orphanage, she had a best friend. They both were adopted by this one guy. The guy their adopted father seemed to have owed money and stuff, and tried to like he was some sort of business guy. And during a business meeting, they ended up getting separated and kidnapped, and then they ended up, well, bang bang, goodbye father. And the other two were kidnapped and taken to Void, where they were used basically to run the games for the Arbiter's games for a while. which is weird because there's a weird difference in like her age now because she's 15 and her age in some of the memories because she actually aged to like 20 something. I can't remember which age. But at some point, she also realized that not only her and her best friend were a part of the people running the Arbiters games, but also the other 12 people that had been in the one that she experienced as a 15-year-old, and as well as one other person whose name is unknown and whose fate is unknown. But yeah, there's that weird discrepancy with that shit, as well as like some weird radio man voice that keeps occurring because of some weird thing called non particles. To put it simply, particles of an unknown source from an unknown place. To be specific, uh, weird particles that are actually from something called the impossible realm, which is, to put it simply, a realm that's not supposed to exist and yet exists somehow. But that's basically the gist of everything that's been going on with her. That and some froggy shenanigans in the marina. And her trying to find her yo-yo because she had a yo-yo, and her drawing a lot, and her leveling up as an artist. She got really good at drawing one time. But yeah, apparently now she likes to draw a lot. But back in her like past memories though and stuff, she actually worked as like a, and it sounds weird, but a bartender and a freaking card dealer and shit as well. At least within like her memories from like when she was in Arbiter's game and stuff. But those memories are separate, yet mixed kind of with her memories from like the running the Arbiter's game and the whole kidnapping and nonsense. It's a weird jumbled up mess in her head. I have to figure out how I'm gonna draw this because her body is twisted in that position. Oh God. Because her shoulder is gonna. Oh, why am I on erase? Her shoulder's gonna hit like here. I'm gonna try to go true to the position that I originally have. Hold on, let me check my player because it's saying, "Oh, continue watching. You haven't been active in a while." Yada yada, blah blah blah. Okay, checking some stats, checking some things. Okie dokie, we're back. So, that's basically the gist of it. Let me do this. But do you want to add any commentary, any crackheaded theories, any commentary about Koya or her squad? Well, there's a lot I could commentate on. For one, we need to save our baby girl Ava somehow. Oh, right. So yeah, here's another story. So they've had Koya and Ava and a few others randomly chosen, as well as some people who were chosen on purpose to like monitor the game from within, including even some of the residents to test them a little bit. Because rumor has it that there was a mole or a spy in Terminus. And according to the results, basically it was basically a mafia game mixed with an escape game. It was really weird. Koya didn't last that long, and neither did Ava. Ava was like one of the first people killed, I think. And for the most part, most of the rooms, each room had a challenge that they had to complete, but the only way to complete it was to get an item. And the way to get the item is to kill the person whom the obstacle related to. That obstacle usually is the fear of the person who it relates to. Koya's fear, however, was incorrect. And there's also some anomalies in like just her general like analysis, in like her freaking mental and physical analysis, and it turns out that Ava is the traitor whether she's aware of it or not. She's a spy that's working for Void. Although whether she's aware of it or not, we have yet to confirm or deny. So now Koya has to figure out what to do with her. Oh yeah, Koya lasted long. It just so happened that when she died with four people. Yep, it was her. So yeah, that's the thing. Koya died to her fear, I think, as well as like four other people. I think like one other person died to the fear, or two, and then somebody else got killed somewhere else because one of the mafia was there alone with them and decided to just shotgun them. Rip Vernon. Um, but freaking Koya's fear was basically herself, or rather, the misconception of herself that she thought people viewed her as like being a villain and being horrible and shit. And it's basically a photo negative version of herself that's evil. And she had to face off against her, and she ended up dying. Yozak caused Koya and Gyuter to die, and then yeah, Nanami freaking pumped Vernon full of lead when he least expected it, and then Sue got really angry because he saw his friend die right there, and literally just beat the ever living shit out of Nami for killing his friend. Yep, it was a domino effect. But yeah, that game was a complete train wreck, and the people who survived were not exactly who was expected to survive. One of them was Nevi, which is one of Rio's characters. Another one was freaking Kyle, which was basically Skater Idiot. He survived by barely because he even at the end punched a freaking glass mirror and broke it with his bare hand, so he got bloodied a bit. And it literally was dragged out, much to the annoyance of the people who dragged him out. And then Margie, who basically Margie was actually a resident. She didn't have any special role, and she wasn't a scout, and yet she handled the situation extremely well. So people are kind of like egging her on, like, "Hey, be a scout, form a squad." Same thing with Nanami because Nanami, while she was being mafia, she was actually really good at it, and she was really good with like the whole like combat and shit. So yeah, they also want her to be a scout as well. As for Noctis, who was one of the mafia, he was basically cucked once his like other team members died because one of them straight up offed himself because he didn't want to he didn't want to do whatever he had to do, and the other one literally had to make a move and got cucked doing so. So he not did take out some people, but it was literally just he took out people because he wasn't trying to. They were just being idiots, and they got themselves cucked, while also him getting himself cucked because he realized he had no chance because they had already figured him out at this rate. It was between two people, and one of the people was knocked out as to who the last traitor could be, and so both of them ended up dying, as well as hot-headed Sue, who ended up getting himself shot because of the freaking booby trap that he was warned about but didn't seem to care. But yeah, that whole little mini mafia game was a shit show, and I loved it. But yeah, um, that's basically it in terms of that little like thing that happened as well with Ava being the freaking you know traitor. What else is there? There's also we do have her squad planned for a mission that's a lot more lighthearted because of all the shit she went through. So they're kind of forcing her onto a mission that's not too harsh. Um, and we're just talking about how, or I'm just finding it. Wait, she doesn't seem to be evil right now, but she was pretty buddy buddy with Dimas. You mean Ava? I don't even remember her interactions with Dimas if she even had any. And again, I don't remember a lot of Polaris. My mind's probably trying to block out the PTSD. I only remember like other like things she did, and she was pretty enthusiastic about Dimas. I mean, when we were talking about her getting intro, I'm like, this is how we show that she'd be one of those people who'd want something pretty chaotic. Now, mind you, while I say chaotic, that doesn't mean intro is is a power involved that's mainly focused on chaos. It just happens to be chaotic in battle, is all it is. Also, apparently, Koya has either beefy arms or very puffy sleeves. Let me save, because you gotta save. Oh, goodness. Also, I will be cutting this at 8 o'clock straight. If I don't finish, I don't finish. I can continue next, what is this, Friday? Friday. But, yeah, let me... The running shtick of Koya being extremely strong after Taran punch. Oh, right, yeah. She also went to 4T training to like learn 4T. Got blessed by the deity of 4T, and then literally knocked out a what? A fucking 6'8" freaking rock titan guy with like one punch. With her being like 4 foot something, and small 15-year-old. That was the fastest class ever. Oh god, when you roll a nat 20 when you're not supposed to. I lost. Let me one punch you now. Oh goodness. Okay. Now I generally know how the fuck this hand position is supposed to work, I think. She got her freaking knuckles. It's like this because her fingers are wonky. It's gonna be a rough sketch until I can get her hand right. I wonder what happened onto Winstagram. Oh god, Winstagram. You just see Aki just roasting Taran, and Taran be like, "Shut the fuck up, Wendy's." Oh goodness. But then there's gonna be like a whole thread of like freaking killer kids where it's literally just like all the small beans and new people that have like absolutely destroyed people, whether intentional or not. Koya with Taran punching him into through a freaking whole training room wall. Freaking Fergus on his like first or second day breaking two people's arms. Freaking and other shit that's happened. Oh god. Koyo won against Fergus in chess with a nat 20. Oh my god. It was the competition of the freaking the backbreaker and the arm freaking the arm breaker. Who would win? Seems that the backbreaker won. Taran's still reeling from that. Taran has achieved an early old man status. Just starts complaining about his back constantly. So much she won so much the chessboard was glowing. What the fuck did you guys even narrate? What the hell? Oh my god. Wait, if okay, so if you do this, oh, okay, so the thumb kind of interesting. So that's how that works. I'm kind of bullshitting this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of bullshitting this fucking hand in a way because I don't want to take a fucking photo reference. I'm not in the fucking mood to do references. Plus, my lights are dimmed, and I'm not turning them on because there is no AC, and it is 82 degrees in my room, which is just straight up evil. So I'm gonna be stuck on this hand for a while. I'm gonna take my sweet ass time, and ain't nobody gonna freaking rush me because because fast and cheap isn't good, and good and cheap isn't fast, and freaking fast and good isn't cheap, and that's not happening because I'm not even being paid. I know, right? Fucking blasphemy! How dare you take your sweet ass time? Me hearing people being like, so and so thought they were entitled, acted like they were entitled to their 30-minute break. Me inside, well, actually, we are. And I'm not gonna waste a single fucking minute of it when I need a fucking mental break from everything. Thank you. If you want me to keep mentally sane and stable, then please, by all means, allow me to take my full 30-minute break and not clock in at a time. Some people will be annoying with that shit. Acting like you're not allowed to take your 30-minute break. I'm like, well, you said it was a 30-minute break. I have the Percy death in my head now. What Percy death? Which one? Oh, right. The one from the fucking rank wars from round one of rank wars when Ishram and Kalensi. When you single handedly thwarted my main plan, so I had to resort to my backup plan of just pure salt and rage, where I literally burned down the whole damn place and made it so that certain people won and certain people lost by force. My goal was not to necessarily win. My goal was to push certain squads towards winning while making sure other squads absolutely lost. This is gonna be a weird ass fucking hand. I can't draw this shit. God, these musics are bops. Or these songs I'm listening to are bops. I fucking got like a shuffled playlist of like video game music I compiled over the years on YouTube because yeah. But I mute it because copyright. I don't want to get in trouble. Fun fact: he was the only one who I calculated before, and also sorry for the mic thingy. You wanted Hughes to win so badly, I felt it from the map choice. Yep, I also wanted Ishram to get to do fairly good as well, because my character actually respects Koya's ability to a degree, and now that he got to know her a bit more, he's like she's not that much of an asshole like people say she is. Uh, when I saw their positions, my goal was just to mess around with people who spawned in six who didn't leave on time. My goal was basically to get Hughes so high up that they basically fuck off, and I don't have to fight with them ever again. To basically take the L willingly. To get Koya squad, to get Ishram squad to a decent amount of XP and winnings, and then to basically absolutely demolish Steward squad because no, that needs to stop. And even if they don't stop, I just want to rub salt in the wound. And I did exactly that. Yeah, no, they did not. They got KFC'd. They got scorched. Also, we really need that Holly apology arc where we just get her a bunch of ice cream and sweets and shit. That's gonna need to happen at some point. Holly got some shit for her birthday, and that is for sure. Yep. Oh goodness, but then there's the mission that y'all are set to be on, because it's just a fucking road trip, and as far as we're aware, Koya doesn't 100% know how to like lay back and relax and take it easy. Yeah. And the fact that like what grouping can you check the image that I made to see what grouping she's stuck with, like to see who she's stuck with? I think it was, if I'm correct, actually no, I think I remember it should be Wesley, Diane, and Rodney. So that's pretty, actually that's like the most tame group I think of them all. But that's the weird thing. Like which squad is going to get the whatchamacalls it? The like which squad is going to go in the correct order and which squad is going to, cuz I know that the freaking caddy event is going to definitely happen with, of course, the one that has caddy. So caddy, Maya, and Lando. And again, people could change, but I know that as long as Addie's driving, uh I'm going to be in that freaking RV. And then Flo's going to inevitably probably be stuck in there. And that's the thing. There are other recruitables that will join and can swap around as well. So there'll be some interesting stuff. I will help you in saying that Penny is also an option. Oh, she has that little tie thingy. That cute little like horseshoe or horse string or something. Or shoestring. I think it's shoestring. I am mortified because uh, if Maya meets Penny, completely fine. If Koya meets Penny, on the other hand, though, that depends on how much she irritates her. See, Penny isn't stupid. Penny's incredibly smart. She's just extremely unfortunate and clumsy. So yeah, and also Penny's grown, so she might be a little bit different. Where's my pen? I've lost it already. Damn it! There it is. Some really good music playing. I mean, I think it's Tristan. Tristan. I think Tristan right now is edgy man, running away from the police and all the yeah. Then all that's left, I think, is Elise, who's basically spoiled brat girl, who's actually really nice. She's just had a lot of tantrums on the freaking show. And then who else? Renard. Renard, our beloved freaking fop, the freaking condor raven guy, the cockroach, the fancy cockroach that kept getting stepped on and kept coming back regardless of how many bones he broke in his body. Honestly, the fan favorite. Honestly, he was the fan favorite for that season. He might be annoying, he might be arrogant, but man, can that guy take a hit. And man, is he persistent. Stubborn little bugger. Oh, goodness. That's right. I remembered we have to rename that little mini franchise because of copyright. My throat's hurting from all the fucking singing from earlier when I was getting ready for the stream and also just the shouting from today. I don't know why I want Diane to challenge in fencing. Why do I kind of oddly want him to beat her if that happens? Why do I want it to be some weird romance? Oh no. That's gonna be so fucking weird if they end up being together. Just the two fancy people who want power. No, no, no. Let me fix that. It's weird. It weirdly fits is the terrifying thing. What have I done? What have you done? Indeed, you have opened Pandora's box, Aoxys. You have opened up Pandora's box, and now Renard and Diane are going to be pushed to be a thing because of you. That is, if you even get to recruit Renard. Depends on how things go, who reaches him first, and how they react, and how they deal with him. Oh my god. Wait, what? What about them playing a Professor Layton game? I'm so confused. Where did that come from? There's a Professor Layton game called Pandora. Oh my. Okay. We being punny today, aren't we? A plus, Aoxys. A plus. Oh yeah, yeah. I think it was called that in our country. I think for some reason or something. In America, I could be wrong. I've seen that one more than Pandora's box. Ah, so yeah, it probably is called the other one in my country, in America. America, explain. What do you mean, Arkansas? Why is this one Kansas and not the other one Arkansas? Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. But back then, but back to the mission. Another fun fact: if the battle types are going to be all of the 13 types of drakes, then Percy will have a lot of use. Hey, you get some showtime. Although I still mildly dislike him. I'm only literally having him. Literally, his existence is literally out of obligation. It's not because I like him. It's not because anyone wants him. He's there because he has to be there. Because if he's not, he will wear that fucking wig with the highlights and everything, and he will go and speak to the manager. Only weak to two in total and strong against a ton of them. Oh boy. I'm just wondering how all of y'all, like the whole group and stuff. Because here's the thing, I thought about freaking the whole caddy mobile. Oh, Holly's in there too. Oh fuck, right. Because Holly and me are weak to heat. If we go into the desert as that group, literally it's just gonna be the two of them just hallucinating and add like I picture Maya driving and then Addie having to sort the two of them before they do something really stupid while they're driving, and then Lando getting roped into it somehow. And it's worse also if we go and get Flo beforehand, because Flo is also not that great with heat. And on top of that, she's already as naive and like oblivious to like cultural and social norms and shit, given her background. So it's really gonna be even weirder. Good God. We're going to the desert with more peeps in the van than outside. Goodness. Let's see. 'Cause she has. Oh, she has a skirt. I forgot she has a skirt and pant. Okie dokie. Man, they keep playing songs specifically from a specific fucking game. I thought this was supposed to be shuffled. Like, what the hell? YouTube, why do you suck at shuffling songs, man? Bruh. Oh well. No, how? No, it's longer than that shit. I'll just do this. Bethesda, Clancy, Stewart, and Isham is going to be an interesting grouping. Yep. Yes, it is. I forgot she has freckles. Yes, I said them in a stupid ooh fashion. Don't judge me. Her freckles are never consistent because I never make consistent freckles. So some of them might be a bit wonky and might not be the same in other photos as they are in certain other ones. And yeah, that's just going to be a thing because I don't care for being 100% consistent 100% of the time. Oh boy. So that's basically, wow, I actually did fairly well. I didn't even use a fucking reference. I don't mind this. Damn. So now I'm going to do an, oh. Oh no. That is not good. Fuck. I did that on the completely wrong layer. As I tend to do when I don't think because work is hard. And if you're wondering, oh no, he erased the whole thing. Guess what? I did not. Goodbye, Wesley's glasses. Oh no, his glasses are back. Anyways. Wait. Hold on. Okay, why that... Why the fuck does that manage? Oh no, 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 no. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's why. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Okay, time to add a layer. If you have coin have where, may your road lead you to warm sands. I'm weird. Beware Khajiit's speech. Should I even bother with all the freaking... I'll do some coins maybe. But I feel like not bothering with a... I just realized I never thought about the design of like the weapon-based coins and cards. Hmm. You know what? Because her insignia that's on like her like on that side is like covered up, I'll just put her insignia on the backs of the cards, on the faces or whatever. Yo, I just thought of something, Aoxys. I just thought of something stupid, but that could work. So, well, cars are extra small is the shitty thing, but I just pictured like a moment of Koya for some reason having multiple art mods on her cards, and you could tell which art mod she has if the face of the card has the insignia of that art on it. And then I'm like, she stacks up multiple freaking art mods of the same type on a card, thus making it instead of a say you have one art mod of like you have a flame module, it's like one of Igni as like Igni being the freaking card face and the one being the value. You put like five like flame modules on it, it becomes a five of Igni. So there's five little flames on it. Yo, that actually be pretty sick. And then like she does one that has like three of Glace, five or seven of Herba and shit and whatnot. So she basically makes she makes those cards you make canon. Oh god. I mean freaking she would be good if we did that one triple triad themed freaking recruitment mission. She'd be good as one of the recruiters. She's like the champion of like the card game. And like the newbies have to try to beat her for like the ultimate reward money when entering Terminus. Oh goodness. Oh, I also just noticed I have to fix something with the line work. I'll fix it later. Anyways, coin time! I don't know what the fuck the coins would be either. Let me think. Because... Oh, my god, not what I meant to do. No, undo that, undo that. Oh my god. Coins, coins everywhere. Coins, coins here and there. Coins, coins everywhere. But Leon is fun, man. Also, thanks Oliver for is existing and Dan for being my lucky charm. uh, ugly little coin. Funky little coin. So we'll be facing this way instead to vary it up a bit. Okay, now they switched to a different game, finally. Jesus Christ. They look funny, I know. I'm not the best at drawing these kinds of things. By the way, what does Kalen think of Leon? If he ain't feeling it right now, just want you read it. Well, he is me, and I am he, so I can tell you how I feel at least. Honestly, at least in the story, I feel like my character would definitely be down for it because, I mean, it's vacation time. Um, he is worried slightly that he won't get to train up as much, but right so that he can't like gauge like whether he wants to be like like grow his strength to prove that he's actually worthy of the thing of like his position. But he's also thinking slash I'm thinking fucking thinking that in a way it's kind of good because I'm kind of still trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing In terms of like, do I actually want to be where I'm at? Do I not want to be where I'm at? I'm like hella lost as to what to do when it comes to the story with just the squad as a whole. Because now I got some more responsibilities and shit with the baby on board. Um, and in general, it's just like motivation prior was like, ah, yes, vengeance. And now it's like, I don't know about that. I don't know because it's like, ah, yes, the seriousness is starting to hit a bit. I mean, I'm purposely trying to sabotage my own team so that we don't end up getting that high up. Still isn't fully working. So, I mean, at the same time, though, it works out well because since it seems to be a pretty easy mission, it'll probably be easy to, like, we won't have to do as much as an A rank squad. So maybe we won't have that bad of a failure as, like, what happened with Diane. Like, the risk will be lower than that. And I mean, yeah, basically that's it. It's probably better off that we go with this mission with our current position. That way we don't screw up once we get there because it won't look like that bad. I'm already fucked up with Percy's fucking Karen complaints. God, Percy, I hate you. Sorry for those of you named Percy. I'm talking about a annoying parrot guy that's in the story. That's a part of my squad. Okay, let me... Why was it turned to PE? Ew, yuck. Physical education, disgusting. Cancelled. Okay, shitty card. No, that looks more like a dollar bill. I don't want it to be too flimsy. The cards aren't actually that flimsy. They're not like straight up paper. They're like cardstock. But that also makes it interesting to see where his character goes. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of like let's be honest, it's gonna be the catty honeymoon, and then Rodney's just gonna like figure out like get time to chill for his first mission, which is good for him because he's new, and then Percy's gonna get time to like improve and like because he's good at everything. Uh, and yeah, and then we're gonna get flow. So it's basically just a nice gentle period. Actually, it worked out fairly nicely. Nice gentle period for our squad to and our characters to either like to both grow and to assess the situation and the motivations and priority, but in a very chill way and not a arbiter's game throws reality in your face till it hurts kind of way. Yeah. Basically, everybody that's on that needs to go there for multiple reasons. Ishram needs to go because one, there's something important there that involves them as, or rather, Koya and like all, yeah, rather something important for Koya, as well as just general, just relax, Koya, relax the fuck out. Diane needs to go there to again just de-stress and not have to deal with too much shit. And so does the rest of her squad, as well as it'd be easy, so it's good for Sarah to like grow since she's a new member. Kalensi would be good because there's the growth of the new member, the recruitment of another new member, the growth of a member who's been stagnating and doing absolute shit, so he could prove himself, and then the assessment of motivations for the other two characters. Then Stewart needs to go there because in reality it's I mean, well, Stewart doesn't really need to go there. Stewart's the one that least needs to go there because Stewart has had their shit fairly easy for the most part. But also, if stuff does happen, it's a more relaxed environment, so it's not gonna happen often. And I feel like it's just a good environment for like Stewart to have for like the leader to have one-on-ones with some of his members about some issues they're having, because he's starting to realize he really needs to address some of their issues because his members have a lot of issues. Like Maya's freaking anxiety issues. Uh, Shohei is more so just he has emotional lack of confidence and shit to an extent. And then Lando is just more so we need to stop before you get diabetes. Lando's is more of like is more of just something small. Shows is bigger, and then Maya's is the biggest one. Wesley needs to have a talk with her. He's been meaning to have a talk with her for a while, and I feel like under a very chill environment it's a better opportunity for them to like talk about it without getting too like freaked out and shit, rather than literally doing it right after a fucking factory exploded like a Michael Bay film behind them. Stewart, I feel like is also yeah. They also yeah. Then they have Ed, who's new. I forgot about him. He can gauge how the missions go. A lot of new people just going on that easy first mission, which is good because they need it because they're noobs and they don't know what to do. Hi Theo, welcome in. Welcome to Le Stream. First stream in a while because you know work is hard and tiring and at on occasion, depending on the situation and the people, frustrating. Oh god, I almost freaking started humming the song and I would have probably gotten in trouble. I actually don't think this playlist is shuffled to be honest because freaking freaking sounds like they're just playing more of the same game. They just swapped to a different game. Select shrunk by 5. Haven't. Oh God, paragraphs are being spewed. I wonder if there will even be enemies in Marialta or whatever it's called as well. Haven't been on to a stream in a while because yeah, I haven't been streaming for a while because work sucks and people are assholes. Let me. Because that mission seems more of an investigation, so enemy spawning would be interesting as to how that'd work. Hope you are doing better though, Theo. Yep. Hope you're doing better. We're just talking now about like Koya shit. Let me fix something because I think I should have shrunk a little bit more. No, not that much. Shrink 2. That's better. That way it matches the same consistency of line thickness as most of this specific part of the piece. There's a few little minute details I still have to alter and adjust before I could do the coloring. Can I also say how proud I am of Budo and Holly in particular? How so? Budo, because of how much he endured with Polaris, how he was crushed, also showed how he could be sane because he was the one keeping Doug sane. Yeah, he was. Literally, Doug just starts going freaking bonkers, running his mouth and shit and panicking, Budo is just just shut up. Just shut up, please. Yeah. Yeah, he was very unlucky. He's grown a lot. And Holly just endured a lot as well. Which means she might not even be that bad for the heat. But I kind of wanted to do it because Holly being a crackhead is hilarious. It's just for the freaking comedic effect, probably. But that's why you could always switch people over. So if you're nearing a desert and you meet up with another caravan, you could probably swap Holly out knowing what's going on. Or have like that caravan detour and just swap out like Lando and Maya onto a different caravan that's going through the desert if they want to experience it still. Oh yeah, she did. I'm trying to remember fucking who was it that she who they killed that they like that Doug and her volleyballed. I forgot who it was. Maya. Oh, ooh, that's gonna be awkward on the fucking mission. Cause they're both in the same fucking RV. Just two medic buddies just crying over each other, apologizing to each other. Koi and Ava did the damage. Yeah, Doug volleyballed Maya to Holly, and Holly volleyballed back to Doug, and then Maya just vanished into sparkles and and mushroom spores. Before it could hit Doug. Yep, that was a good way for Maya to go, though. Maya's soul leaves her body. I wonder what would happen if Maya was because I realized that some of the events in some of the places, like depending on who you're playing and who hits what first, the first time a place is hit is when the like stuff usually gets triggered for the most part, for at least most of them for the events. So if you end up going there after another group, you might not get the same experience. You might just get a neat little like chill little area to just relax and might not be able to fight and get the XP. If there is any fights, that is. Because there probably will be like at least like one or two little bugs or things you have to kill on the roadside. Yeah, y'all get the food, y'all get the music and entertainment and shit. That plays over the fucking radio again, as always. I just realized I fucked up here. Let me correct this. That's a weird thing with like corner ones. More importantly, no more Neo if the Drakes are telling us anything. Ah, goodness. Okay, I think I got Koya's part lined well. So I think we're actually finishing early, like half an hour early. So damn, we're doing good. I also just realized that Koya has baby eyebrows. She has the same eyebrows as Peyton. And thanks, Theo. Color. Select grow ow. Got some pinchy cramp. grow by 2. By the way, Peyton was following her. What do you mean, but he was following her? Or he was like in the farmer's market, then sometimes later he was there when she went to the janitor's closet. Wait, what? When was that? Oh no, that was okay. No, that was over the intercom. He was just fucking with Percy because he hates Percy and Percy hates him. That was an announcement, yeah. Oh no, it's called. He's heard stories. He has heard all the stories. And also, he probably sees him on the fucking cameras on the security system. So he probably knows what he's like already and how annoying he can be. Peyton is the resident tea collector. I mean, yeah. It's not the tax collector, it's the tea collector. Select, grow. Can I not have an ad? Thank you. Okay. Oh, no. I just want to, okay. Oh, shit. Okay, just making sure I'm on the right layers. But yeah, my goal is gonna do there is for her to chill. What place, from what you've seen, what places do you think that the characters Maya and Koya would like respectively the most? Walsingham and a Linz. Ah, the very much English ones. The England-based ones, in a way. Basically, Gandriff 2.0. Okay. And the mystery around Fumelia does sound interesting. And yeah, it does have a really cool looking beach. Okay. Okay, that's right there. Shit. Okay. Color. Select. Grow. As for Lynn's, the food there is proper enough, and the mystery surrounding it sounds like something she'd want to go to investigate. Even though out of character, I need to pray not to screw up, lol. Let me... Just watch me not have any brain cells that day. Good luck, Aoxys. Let me check though I have Leon Doc with all of the info so far. Sometimes I have negative brain cells, so I know the feeling. Rip. Rip. F in chat. Okay, then remember the DK crew. Oh my god, yeah. Fucking nightmare of that shit. Not so much of a nightmare, but me and Thames are watching Backyardigans, and those fit Isham as well. Oh god. Austin. Tyrone. That is Pablo. Holly. Oh goodness. Geez, every time my mouse changes color, which I don't know how to get it to stop. I read the book and it directed me on how to freaking fix that, and it still didn't work because it would just force it to change color anyways. It just sets it to some setting I don't fucking understand what it does. But every time I freaking look at my mouse change color, I think I'm getting like some sort of notification somewhere. So yeah, I have more fuel now. Oh God, the crack, the crack shall commence. Scrolling through the dock and Koya approves of Hesdel's taste in grapes. Wait till Koya finds out that grapes are how they make wine. Oop, okay. We discard the wine, we drink the grape juice. There only ever was grape juice. Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice. Oh God. I think the coins are just gonna be made of right. They were canonically made of gold, right? Gold and silver and copper. As for the cards, I need to do some stupid shit. I get to do some stupid shit now. Also, I'm leaving Koya being the first one to not have any pupils. Because why not? Well, no, pupils, usually when I don't do pupils, that usually signifies that they're blind. So, I have to actually give her pupils. Rip. She looks derpy, I realize, with this. I have to do something. Let me... Oh no! Her eye is getting under the lines. She looks fucking weird. I'm sorry, Koya. I did you dirty. You look stupid. And I'm sorry. Okay. Now to do some stupidity. Oh, by the way, there's a weird one for Maya, but hear me out. Najara. It's because the mystery doesn't sound that bad. The food is quite decent above all, as long as Rejahar isn't an arrogant prick in terms of striking ego, she doesn't even have to try. Okay.
Sorry if I don't pay attention. I'm focusing right now. Okay. Let me see if I can find another. Oh my god, heart attack. We're not letting Lando have too much diabetes. I have an idea. Select. Nah, that doesn't look right. The hell? The fuck are my parents doing that? I heard a loud ass thud. Hope y'all didn't hear that. I apologize for my parents' recklessness. That's even the correct term to use. Half the time I use it used in one way, half the time I use it used in the complete opposite way, which confuses the fuck out of me. Now, question, if you can answer this. You said before that you want to go to Rosenthal and Isidel, but there are places you don't want to go. Oh, did I? Well, I mean, one of them is Najara because of the desert. Anywhere hot, I don't want to go because my character hates the heat. Ulysses also just, I feel like Ulysses is just meh, blech. It's just meh. I don't really give a fuck about it. As well as like a few others. I think Euquetes just kind of shitty in my opinion. And other things. So that's 1, 2, and we'll actually give that one a thing so I can get rid of 2 of these. I did not plan how I was going to do this. I didn't think this thoroughly. Okay, so let me do something. Set. Let's do something with this card. Shall we? This insignia. Let's turn this insignia into a proper card. Ugh, I had to sneeze. I didn't hear anything, and don't worry, it's a right word. What's a right word? Oh well. Oh, reckless, reckless. If you can answer that, I didn't hear anything. Okay, so let's see. So, oh god. First, let me do a rectangle for this shit. Cause okay. Now let me exclude that. Let me exclude. Actually, no, that's fine. Actually, let me do something. Da, 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 da. New layer. Let's put this one underneath. And let's do this. Okay. Now, let's do this. Let's leave this back where it was actually. Because I want to do something. Oh, it has to be like that's annoying. I can never be even, damn it. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Okay, and then what I gotta do now is go a very fucking long way up and down the axes. Oh my god, of course. Very fucking carefully. Just make it a bit longer just to make sure. That was fucking stupid. Cause now I can get rid of that. Now I can do this. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay. No. Oh, I fucking knew it. Ugh, that's annoying. Okay, we're doing this the old-fashioned way. We're doing this very shitty way that I hate doing. No, it's already too thick. This to be smaller. Okay. This side as well. Ugh. Still too thick. How fucking annoying. Okay. And now, I take this and I duplicate twice. Hey, duplicate. Thanks. I'm trying my best to get this to work. This one's not going to be accurate. And then this one, the issue with this one is this stupid area needs to lose its shit. No, not that area. This one. Okay. move it. So let me get this stupid thing off the fucking thing. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie. I could hide that. And yeah, that's basically it. Got quite done. That was easier than I had imagined, and just within the nick of time. 4 minutes left. Let me save this. Let me export this. There's a weird blank space here, but fuck it. There's going to be some more blank spaces as we get to the higher ones. There's only 2 people left now. Just Enza will be the next one, and then Gabe will be the final one. To the fact that most of these are not going to be in B rank anymore. Like some of these are not going to be in B rank anymore, and some of them are going to be in A rank. So a lot of these will probably change given the end of the next rank wars, or the current rank wars that are going on. Like you're gonna be A rank. You're gonna be A rank probably. Potential C rank. Not sure. Not sure. C, definitely C rank. Potential C rank. Kind of maybe B rank. And probably really high B rank. I owe you a list. I apologize. Oh right, Vernon. Yeah, we have to sort that out. When are you available for this shit, Rio? Because like I have Saturday and Sunday I could do in the morning. I mean Sunday. It's not Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow's Saturday. Sunday and Monday I can do shit in the morning. Um, if you want, because we need to get on that. The sick today. Will Sunday work? Yes. Sunday will work. So Sunday at 10 a.m. then. Okay. And then yeah, that's basically it for today. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for being here. For watching me do art and speak my shit about work and and Koya and stuff. And yeah, please check the when you're watching streams, if you haven't already, check the about in the about tab and check the links in the under the links tab in on while watching Twitch streams. When this video gets uploaded, please check the description. Check out the links. I highly, highly, highly recommend it if you want to come into contact with me, Rio, Aoxys, Theo, and like learn stuff about what's going on with the streams and shit. Or if you want to be involved in this like roleplay thing that I've been doing art for and shit and whatnot, or even just chill, play other games and whatnot. Please, 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 check out the Discord. I might have a sure I have a Facebook, sure I have an Insta, but my Discord is where I'm absolutely active on. The other ones I just post art. So yeah, yes, exactly. Join us. We do shit. So yeah, without further ado, I bid thee adieu and gnocchi.